Hi, everybody. Do you know what a brushing scam is? If you don't, stay tuned for more information. So, I thought I'd share with you what a brushing scam is, and I'll break it down in the next section of the video. But for those of you that aren't aware, brushing scams have become rather popular. It's been something that's been happening for the last few years. I'll get a little more into that in just a moment. For those of you who aren't familiar with what a brushing scam is, it is basically where a seller will send you just random items, and sometimes they are addressed to you. Other times, boxes are addressed to your address, but they may have someone else's name on them. Most of the time, they don't have a return address, and the packages can come from the US, or they can come from overseas. One of the biggest ones last year in 2020 was people being sent random seeds. So if you had heard anything about that, that counts as a brushing scam. Brushing scams tend to run the gambit. So it may be online only retailers that are having it. I had it myself. I experienced it myself through Amazon. I just figured it was something through direct shipping, in terms of sellers that just wanted to get rid of stuff and just sent me random stuff. I'll link the videos where I discuss that from 2018 here somewhere. But I was sent a lot of random items. I had one company that sent me, I believe it was at least a dozen plastic protectors for your screen for an iPhone. I don't own an iPhone. I ended up with a bunch of them. So it just really ran the gambit of the random stuff that I was sent. And most of it's always like lightweight, really cheap to ship items. And I think some of the sellers were hoping that people would give them reviews for items they didn't order. So why is this done? I think 9 times out of 10, this is just my thought on it. I think a lot of sellers are trying to boost their sales to make it seem like they're selling more than they actually are. Another reason could be that they're hoping that the person that they send the item to will review it. Again, since many websites allow you to review items even if you haven't purchased them, it's kind of tricky to see why. What worries me more is when I'm sent items directly from China. I had a lot of stuff that arrived, and I discussed that in another video as well. And I actually have had items show up from China at my front door, and it's kind of like, where did this come from? And it's a little scary because, granted, a lot of if you're someone in the product testing or product reviewing community, I know a lot of the sellers that work with Amazon or are part of the Amazon community do share information amongst themselves, because I had been contacted in the past by numerous sellers that sell through Amazon expecting me to, provide reviews for them. That's all well and fine, but when I'm actually sent products directly from China I didn't ask for, that's a little scary. But as I mentioned, basically I think it's done because of the sellers trying to boost their sales, or hoping that their online store will be more profitable, possibly, or just show that it's in better standing. I know on Amazon, again, if someone has a higher sales quota, their store may, what do they call it? Their store will be displayed higher on the list of sellers and things of that nature when you do the Amazon search. I'm not sure if that works for all websites, but I know that's something that Amazon has. If the more profitable the seller, the higher it is on the search list. That's what I was trying to get at. There are a few things you can do if you think you're I don't really want to call it a victim of a brushing scam, but if you're being sent items that you didn't order, let's put it that way. First of all, you can contact the company that shipped the items to you. I know Amazon, 9 times out of 10, they will tell you you can keep it, since if it's not on your account as you purchasing it, most of the time they don't want it back. Other things you can do is to make sure that you check your credit cards and bank statements to make sure you didn't have any type of hack or any any suspicious charges or anything like that. And you can also change your password to your account. Besides that, there isn't a lot else you can do. So, for my final thoughts, I just thought I'd wrap up the whole thing just explaining again that a brushing scam can happen to anyone. Mostly it tends to be for online retailers, so you just have to be vigilant. And I did provide two articles that I found. One was from the Better Business Bureau, and the other was from the Federal Trade Commission. And the links are in the description below just to give you a little more information.